I can't tell you how many people asked me to debunk Logan Paul's Flat Earth video. Guys, seriously.
When you're driving your car down the street, how come this doesn't happen?
This is obviously a joke. Even the Flat Earth mayor himself, Mark Sargeant, knows that this is not serious.
My research actually was limited to Logan Paul's 1-hour mockumentary.
Oh, God.
I know that Logan was the keynote at the Flat Earth convention and everything, but it's actually kind of sad just how many people fell for this obvious satire.
He's really gone in deep to really get to the core of this by interviewing a 5-year-old.
However, there are a ton of real Flat Earth believers, and there's a new Netflix documentary all about them. I want to review this film and debunk some of the science that the Flat Earthers use, but here's the catch. The producers of this film told me that I can only use 3 minutes of their footage. That's not a lot. A lot of the footage that I wanted to use was already available as YouTube videos, but even then, I'm not really going to be able to cover everything that I wanted to in this review, so I went over this film over and over to hone it down to the absolute best moments. But first, a quick word from our sponsors, Dollar Shave Club. We all have our grooming routines. I mean, this doesn't all happen by accident, folks. From showering to brushing your teeth while listening to Ben Shapiro.
The left.
To shaving. Well, Dollar Shave Club can hook you up with all that shit. You probably thought that Dollar Shave Club was all about shaves for $1. It was only a name this whole time. Well, I mean, the Grateful Dead, they weren't even dead. Not yet. The point is, I can have all of my needs met with one small box per month.
They got shower products, they got oral care products, they got hair products, skin products, and obviously shaving products, because that's the name of the company. Bada bing, bada boom.
Basically, if you have a body, they have you covered. I swear I didn't write that. That was on the script they gave me. Not only do they ship it right to your home, but with the handsome discount, the more you buy, the more you save. Right now, they're offering their shave, shower, oral starter set, each for only $5. This razor right here is the shit. The shave starter kit comes with the replacement blades and a 3-ounce bottle of Dr. Carver's shave gel. The shower starter set comes with trial-size bottles of their lavender body cleanser, citrus and Hawaiian ginger face cleanser, and sage and black pepper shampoo. The oral starter kit comes with this weighty toothbrush.
Watch out, it's so fucking heavy.
And a trial tube of their toothpaste. Join the club today with one of their starter sets for just $5. After that, the refills ship as regular size products for regular price. To get this wicked sweet deal, just go to dollarshaveclub.com/skeptic. Click that damn link in the description below.
And by clicking that link, you help to support my channel.
I swear to God. Okay, can I go back to doing my thing now? Netflix recently released a Flat Earth documentary called Behind the Curve. Instead of focusing on some specific arguments that you might hear in your average conspiracy video, the filmmakers chose to gloss over them in the beginning and focus instead on infamous Flat Earth apologist Mark Sargeant, as well as the entire mainstream Flat Earth community. As plan retrieval by ex-magician blasts over NASA footage in the opening credits, it becomes clear that this documentary is not going to set out to make the Flat Earth community look like a group of secret geniuses. Where Flat Earthers and I differ, no matter how hard I try to rectify a flat plane Earth with reality, I just can't do it. I can't make the Flat Earth work in my head, and my head is really good at things. So that says a lot. That and aliens, ancient aliens, those are the two dumbest things. Behind the Curve allows us to see through the looking glass into the mindset of the greater Flat Earth community. You'll find quite a few familiar faces in this film, including my favorite advocate, Jeranism, who, he kind of gets a little bit humiliated in the end. More on that in a second. But by focusing on Mark Sargeant, the filmmakers give us a pretty fair representation of the average Flat Earth believer, as Mark's YouTube series, Flat Earth Clues, is often cited as the preferred gateway into the subject. His intro video to Flat Earth Clues has over 1 million views now. I've seen a lot of popular athletes and celebrities admit that they think about the flat earth or that they believe in the flat earth. It's kind of amazing just how much exposure this subject has had lately. How much exposure Mark Sargeant has had.
Nobody likes this uncomfortable feeling of being this tiny ball.
The mainstream media is blowing this guy up. Some people kind of argue that the flat earth is dangerous. I'm sure that 1 or 2 nutcases will fly a plane across the South Pole to try to prove that the dome exists one day, but it's not really that dangerous. And nobody's really trying to cover up the flat earth. It's almost as if the mainstream has no faith that this conspiracy is even remotely true. That being said, I don't really think that the average person could prove the truth with the tools at our disposal. And perhaps that's why these conspiracies are so appealing, why they're so fun, because there's that element that maybe it is true. You can never really know. The question is relentlessly and redundantly asked over and over again in the film: how is it possible that people believe that the earth is flat? But the round earth isn't even intuitive. It makes sense that some people can't even picture it in their head. We evolved to understand our relationship with the universe in a flat, two-dimensional plane. What goes up must come down. That's the logic that we used to survive in the wild. In the documentary, flat earther Bob Nodell spoke of another flat earther who used a laser gyroscope to try to prove that the earth is not spinning. However, he apparently accidentally proved that the earth actually is spinning. It's kind of weird that Bob would tell this story that totally burns his worldview. YouTuber Jaronism was given 2 opportunities to show off his experimenting chops. The first outing was a complete failure, as Jaron didn't even bother calibrating the laser beforehand. The second outing is shown at the end of the film, kind of serving as a punchline. Jaron concocts some strange experiment to shine a regular flashlight through holes that he cut in styrofoam insulation. The logic was that if Enrique has to lift the light to 25 feet to get it to go through both holes, then that means the earth is round. Enrique lifted it up to 25 feet and it became visible. Boom, cut to credits, everyone laughs. Jaronism later complained about the dishonesty of the filmmakers on his own channel.
Daniel was right there. I said, he filmed the entire thing. So if anybody knew that nothing was conclusive that night, it was Daniel. 25 people walk away from that event all saying the same exact thing, yet the movie producer takes an out-of-place observation and tries to put it at the end of the movie as if it proved curve. That's just deception.
It's possible that they screwed with the editing to make Jaron look like an idiot, but his excuse for not being able to prove this himself, Delta V Productions refused to release the raw documentary footage to him.
When I finally saw the film, that's when I realized, oh, now I see why you won't let me have any of the footage, because the additional footage would prove that they pulled an out-of-sequence, small little observation from the middle of everything and placed it at the end of their movie as if it proved something.
Are you serious? Dude, you're a YouTuber. You're literally holding a camera in the film. Film the experiment yourself, for Christ's sake.
Here he is now.
Daniel's a real person. You should look him up and then email him or make videos.
Jaronism also complained that the film made it look like his neighbor's ugly house was actually his house.
I thought that was pretty dirtball of them to make it look like it certainly appeared in the movie. Anybody who watched it would think that this was my house, and it certainly is not.
Hopefully your neighbor doesn't watch your videos. And as for how the documentary itself was made, it's pretty great. It's not just a good show, keeping you gripped the whole time, but it's very well shot, very well edited, and it provides a cohesive narrative with a satisfying ending. But it plays off like an episode of The Office. It's actually so good. I would say that this is at least a 4 out of 5. Most interviews are done in good faith, and everyone comes out seeming very human, very vulnerable, very real. The film takes some time to showcase Matt Boylan, aka Math Thunderland, the most eccentric flat earther that I can think of. Math is a bit of an outsider of the outsiders. He rejects most of the rest of the flat earth community.
I run the largest open civilian
intelligence network in the history of the world.
But all flat earthers say that some other flat earther is a shill or a liar or controlled opposition. Half the fun of the flat earth community is all the infighting. One thing we'll agree on though is that the Flat Earth Society, they're clearly not a serious flat earth resource and they're just having some fun with the subject. So while I was writing this review and I was trying to work out how I'm going to trim down 3 minutes of this documentary and how I'm gonna write my review around that footage, maybe I could talk about how some of these guys are insane. Oh wait, nope, they show that too.
Excuse me, can I ask you a question? Anyone ever told you the earth is flat?
Shh. I only have 2 minutes and 40 seconds left.
I'm here with a real NASA employee. Now he won't talk to me. He won't talk to me at all. NASA's a fraud, bro. They lie about everything. Well, I just got kicked out of Starbucks for asking NASA employee questions.
After hours of whittling down the footage to the most entertaining parts, during my quest to find a unique angle to review this documentary, I was instead taken on a journey through the ageless tale, the life lesson of one desperate, lonely man, a proverbial soy boy, and his quest to dig himself out of the friend zone. I present you the story of Mark Sargeant.
Hello, how are you?
As either the world's oldest millennial or the world's youngest boomer, Mark is quite the oddity. With his giant head and his short pants, Mark exudes the energy of a gentleman who is, shall we say, young at heart. It's hard to describe him in simple terms. The film begins at the home of Mark's mother. Mark's mother is presented as maintaining an important role in Mark's life.
Mark called and said that he was a member of the Flat Earth Society. Oh, Mark, what are you on to now?
Though she clearly challenges his beliefs, she seems to almost enable him, treating his fascination in flat earth like an intellectual thought experiment. However, it is clearly a source of embarrassment for her.
I haven't told a lot of people that this is what Mark is into. They're just gonna think we're screwy.
Mark clearly displays a great amount of interest in his own personal fame, and I know that's funny coming from me, but Mark brags about encounters with fans several times.
Because I'm infamous. No, because I'm real.
The man literally walks around with a Flat Earth t-shirt that says, I am Mark Sargeant.
Sure.
In fact, it becomes increasingly obvious that being the Flat Earth guy is the entirety of his identity.
I was the first one to do a Flat Earth license plate.
The man is a living meme.
This thing really gives people a lot of positive energy. When's the last time somebody made a happy folk song about 9/11?
And totally lacks self-awareness. I'm telling you, Steve Carell knows a Mark Sargeant. Besides his personal fame, Mark has another weakness. We're now introduced to the woman who sits just outside of Mark's reach, Patricia Steer. I made fun of Mark for being dull, but outside of her record collection, Patricia has the complexity of an unscented candle.
Oh my gosh, I love cats. I don't know why I love them so much. They're beautiful and delicate and selective.
No, it's because you're boring. Patricia, though considered a flat earth YouTuber, really more serves as a platform for other flat earthers to talk about their work. And this is how Mark met Patricia.
Thank you very much for having me. I could not be more excited about being on this show right now.
Oh, I bet you couldn't be. He even put on a big boy shirt for this interview. Mark showed so much interest in her work, in fact, that she decided to move their relationship forward by starting a new show where she is the host and the owner of the channel.
With me is Mark Sargeant. Hello, Mark.
Hello, how are you?
Yes, Patricia may not believe in gravity, but she sure as hell caught herself an orbiter.
We'd have these marathon conversations 3 and 4 hours long, and we just talk.
She toyed with Mark a little, suggesting that she was curious about moving to Washington, where he lives.
We had a lot of chemistry.
She said, hey, thinking about coming down to Houston, visiting?
Since I was thinking about anyway moving to Seattle, which had nothing to do with him, really.
Yes, total coincidence. Total coincidence.
Something I think could have developed from that. We were kind of toying with the idea. She was thinking of buying in Seattle. I mean, she was seriously gearing up for this thing.
It ended up that I didn't end up moving there.
Instead, she moved to London, England, to be with another man.
Things happened in my life with another romantic relationship.
And then she moved to London for a year.
Then she moved back.
And she turns around and hauls all her stuff, moves all her stuff back at an enormous expense.
But Mark never lost faith.
How much it costs to transfer cats to another country? A lot.
He stayed by her side.
Sanchez says, y'all make a good couple. Quit playing.
No.
We are a couple of friends.
This is so f***ing painful.
We do have love for each other. I mean, I can't really speak for him, but I do have love for him. I've told him this. It's a love I don't really quite understand. It's not like platonic love, and it's not like romantic love.
What a f***ing bitch. This woman is the flat Earth's worst enemy, by the way. She gives this documentary so much ammunition to use against them, and in the splash damage, she manages to take down even more conspiracies like GMOs, vaccines, chemtrails. Oh, these are things that I'm gonna have to address on this channel. We gots to talk about this shit. Previously, Patricia and Mark did a live stream from an aviation museum.
So Boeing has two facilities. They have one on the north end where you are.
Why did Mark just say where you are?
Oh, where's she? Sorry, where's she staying?
I'm staying. I'm staying in a hotel there, and he's
right
in Whitby Island. Hello to Timaeus.
So naturally, for this documentary, they got together again.
It's Patricia Steer and Mark Sargeant.
Hello. We start off in Patricia's living room. She and Mark are watching a movie together and sharing popcorn. Oh, but not really sharing popcorn. Mark is lucky enough to have his own smaller bowl of popcorn all to himself. But I assure you, Patricia has done this for his benefit. This way, he is never at any point mistaken that they are in any way on a date.
Popcorn's great.
Patricia has put up a boundary. I don't think that she could possibly make it more clear just how deeply in the friend zone he is.
We're having a lovely symbiotic relationship. Like a whale that has those smaller fish on it that like eats all the algae in the gills.
But these are their last few hours together.
Hello?
And Mark makes one last attempt to gain her hand. This is for all di gusto.
But I don't want to go. Can I just stay?
You had a nice time, right?
I did have a nice time.
Oh, she...
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half.
Shut his ass down. The hero returns home from his journey, and he comfortably slips back into his old routine, back into his mother's loving embrace.
They're just gonna think we're screwy.
And back with his old gang at the beach. I know I only had 3 minutes of footage, but me if I wasn't gonna include this shot. Oh god, no, this is so sad. This is too sad. Some time passes, everyone continues to live their lives. But there's this cute little build-up to the Flat Earth Convention and Mark Sargeant's big moment. He has grown. He can face his demons head on, and he can look that bitch Patricia in the face and say, "Not today!"
Look, I got my...
I have one too, I didn't put it on. What does it say?
Well, why would you put it on? It's not fashionable.
God damn it, Mark. The convention seems kind of fun, actually. I regret not going. My girlfriend and I actually wanted to go, but it didn't work out. After this, I think that I need to go next time.
This is what you've been waiting for.
You are the center of the universe.
When people talk flat Earth on YouTube or BBC, it's always presented as a harmless novelty.
I did minimal research for this live stream, not because I want to remain ignorant or be ignorant, because I don't want to be influenced in terms of what you're going to say, what I'm going to ask.
Okay. It's almost kitsch now, like pop culture even, like off normal. They're essentially harmless. Bob from Globebusters launched a camera on a balloon and caught a shot of the solar eclipse from almost 50,000 feet up, and it's f***ing gorgeous. And sure, he believes some weird things, but do you know many other people that are actually doing this kind of shit, that are actually doing shit at all? Like, at least they're doing shit. Most of the academics and scientists interviewed in this film seem to go easy on flat earthers, but a couple of the interviewees try to make you feel like there's some danger here. And they try to moralize this harmless LARPing group, warning you against them like they have some kind of influence.
First time I ever heard about the flat earthers was, I think, when I was in space last.
I saved the last few seconds of footage for astronaut Scott Kelly. Scott here really likes reminding people that he's been to space.
When I was in space, I got paid extra.
The ultimate conclusion of the film is that we should be open and welcoming to flat earthers, but they forgot to give Scott that memo here.
And people can believe what they want. You try to make other people believe it, and then those people take it a step further and then discount all kinds of scientific principles.
Look at this, he's like a little troll man.
I'm an astronaut. And all of a sudden you get people that maybe work in our government that don't believe what 97% of all climate experts say.
Maybe these guys come along and eat poop. It's like, believe what you want. But then maybe they tell other guys to eat poop. And then before you know it, then you get congressmen that don't believe 98% of what people that say don't eat poop.
I do wonder what the motivation is for it. It doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense.
No matter how hard I press my chin into my throat, I just can't seem to make it make any sense. I've been to space. Didn't you see my backflip? I do all sorts of sick tricks. All of them slowly and backwards.
Dumb politicians have existed since long before the flat earth internet community came along. This shit has nothing to do with these guys. I sincerely do not understand Buzz Lightyear's problem here. Really, the best fate for the flat earth conspiracy is just to be considered ridiculous. And that's kind of what this film does in the end. No matter what kind of group you form, you're always gonna get this, they will miseducate gullible people horse shit. And it's such an elitist way of thinking. Flat earthers are always going to exist, even outside of these kinds of online communities. It's just people who are young at heart, getting together, having fun, doing experiments, getting dirty, just wondering about their place in the universe. All the power to them. We would all be lucky to be a little bit more like these people.
I mean, they're wrong.